In a small village nestled between towering mountains and deep forests, there lived an old monk named Prajin. The villagers admired him not only for his wisdom, but for his profound understanding of life's most precious element, time. One evening, a young man named Arav approached the monk, his face filled with frustration and exhaustion. "Master Prajin," he sighed, "I feel like I'm constantly running out of time. No matter how hard I try, I cannot accomplish everything I set out to do. How can I master time?" Prajin looked at Arav with a calm smile, gesturing for him to sit down under the large Bodhi tree. "Ah, my child," he said softly, "time is not something to be mastered. It's something to be understood. Sit with me and let me tell you a story. A story about a king who had everything except the ability to appreciate time." As Arav listened closely, the air around them grew still, and the villagers nearby paused to hear the monk's words, for they knew that every story Prajin told carried a lesson that could change their lives. This story holds the secret to why time is our most valuable treasure, and how, once lost, it can never be regained. Long ago, in a distant kingdom, there was a king named Rahula. He ruled over a vast and prosperous land, blessed with abundant resources and loyal subjects. King Rahula was known for his love of luxury and the pursuit of material wealth. He believed that with his power and riches, he could control everything except time. Despite his riches, King Rahula was never at peace. His days were filled with endless meetings, banquets, and leisure activities, but none of it brought him fulfillment. He often found himself saying, "If only I had more time, I could enjoy my life properly." He believed that time was slipping through his fingers, and this constant feeling of not having enough time made him anxious. One day, an old monk named Rinpoche visited the palace. Rinpoche was renowned throughout the kingdom for his deep understanding of life's mysteries. King Rahula, curious to know if the monk had any wisdom about time, invited him for a discussion. "Wise monk," Rahula began, "I have everything a man could want, wealth, power, and health, but I feel like time is my greatest enemy. No matter what I do, it keeps running out. Tell me, how can I get more time?" Rinpoche smiled gently. "Your Majesty, let me ask you a question. If a man were given a large pile of gold coins, but was told he had only one day to spend them, what do you think he would do?" The king thought for a moment. "He would likely rush to spend the coins, trying to make the most of his time." Rinpoche nodded. "Exactly. And what would happen if he spent the entire day worrying about how much time he had left instead of using the coins wisely? He would waste the day entirely," the king said, realizing the point. Rinpoche then said, "Your Majesty, time is like that pile of gold coins. Each day, we are given a limited number of hours, minutes, and seconds. But instead of appreciating them and using them wisely, many of us spend our time worrying about how much of it we have left, or wasting it on trivial pursuits. Time is the one thing that no amount of wealth can buy, and once it is lost, it is gone forever." The king was silent, reflecting on the monk's words. "But how can I stop this feeling of time slipping away?" Rinpoche took a deep breath and continued, "There is a simple truth about time, Your Majesty. Time is precious because it is finite, and its value lies not in how much of it we have, but in how we use it. A person who spends their time with mindfulness, gratitude, and purpose, no matter how little time they have, will live a fulfilling life. But someone who wastes their time in distractions will always feel as though they have none." The king leaned forward, intrigued. "What should I do then, wise monk?" Rinpoche replied, "Start by observing your day. How much of it is spent on things that truly matter? How much of it is spent on tasks that enrich your soul and bring peace to your mind? When you begin to align your time with your true priorities, you will no longer feel like time is slipping away. The king was humbled by the monk's wisdom. He realized that much of his time was wasted on trivial matters, parties, mindless entertainment, and empty pursuits of wealth. He decided to change his life. From that day forward, King Rahula spent his mornings in quiet reflection, appreciating the beauty of the sunrise and the simplicity of nature. He dedicated his afternoons to helping his people, engaging in meaningful work that gave him a sense of purpose. In the evenings, he spent time with his family, cherishing each moment with them. As time passed, the king no longer worried about how much time he had left. He began to feel a deep sense of peace, knowing that he was using his time wisely and with intention. His kingdom flourished under his leadership as his newfound wisdom inspired others to value their time as well. Years later, as the king lay on his deathbed, he smiled. He knew that he had lived a full and meaningful life. His heart was filled with gratitude for every moment he had been given. He understood now that the true value of time wasn't in how long he had lived, but in how he had spent each precious day. Before he passed away, King Rahula called for Rinpoche one last time. "Wise monk," he said weakly, "I see now that time is the greatest treasure of all. Thank you for teaching me this." Rinpoche smiled warmly and said, "Your Majesty, you have learned the most important lesson of life. Time is not something to fear or control. It is a gift meant to be used with wisdom and love." With those final words, King Rahula closed his eyes, content in the knowledge that he had truly understood the value of time. As we come to the end of this story, remember, time is the most precious resource we have. It's something we can never get back once it's gone. Like King Rahula learned, it's not about how much time we have, but how we choose to use it. Every moment offers us a chance to live with purpose, mindfulness, and gratitude. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to get lost in distractions and forget what truly matters. But if we take a step back and reflect on how we spend our time, on ourselves, our loved ones, and our passions, we'll find that life becomes more meaningful. So ask yourself, are you making the most of your time? Are you spending it on things that bring peace and fulfillment to your life? Remember, time waits for no one. It's up to you to make each moment count. If this story resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful life lessons and insights. Together, let's embrace the wisdom of using time wisely and live with intention. Thank you for watching.